What is up, everybody? It's starting to cool down where I live, so I decided I'm gonna pull out 20 fragrances that I'm gonna be wearing this fall. I'm definitely enjoying the pumpkin spice, and you should do the same as well. Kismet Angel is the first one on this list, and this is an Angel Share clone, and I'm just gonna recommend Angel Share as well. If you're in the market for Angel Share, I would suggest you just get the original. Nothing beats the original if you have extra cash to spend, but if you're looking for a clone that kind of does it really, really well, this one has a little bit of a chocolatey nuance. This is super, super good. It's very sweet. It's got an excellent liquor kind of accord, but it's cinnamon, nutmeg. It smells like the holiday times. It smells like fall. It's so relaxing to wear too. I even wear it to bed just because I love the scent character of it. It's so pleasant holiday time. The next two are Stronger With You, absolutely. And I love this stuff. This has a rich chestnut character to it, but the other one too is Stronger With You Intensely. And this one is a bit sweeter and it doesn't have all that, darker aspects with it like the Absolute does. I'd recommend these both. They are a bit sweeter, so you're not gonna be able to wear them in like the higher heat days in the fall. I mean, you can wear them whenever you'd like. You bought them, you can wear them. It might choke you out, it might come across a little cloying to you. But I would recommend these two absolutely. They're, pun intended, they're just incredible fragrances. And I'm gonna be wearing these a lot this coming fall. I think I'm gonna be wearing the Intensely here a little bit more, just because I find it a little bit more wearable in just like an everyday kind of situation. Whereas the Absolute version here, it has a bit more of a rougher, not rougher, I shouldn't say rougher, but a deeper, richer feel to it. Absolutely elegant stuff. This is a great evening time fragrance in the fall when it's kind of cooler out and you wear this in the evening to go get like a beer or something with, friends or something, or even a date. This is perfect. Whereas Stronger With You Intensely, maybe for the everyday use, in the fall time when it kind of chills down a little bit more. This one does come across playful. I think a lot of these do. This one especially. This one is pretty sweet, potent, and very vanilla. They're both excellent fragrances. You're not gonna go wrong with them. They're very sexy. All right, the next one on the list is from Montal. Also, I wanted to also mention this. Fresh fragrances can be worn any day of the year. So if you're looking for just an everyday fragrance to just do everything regardless of the season, pretty much all fresh fragrances can do that. You don't need cold, you don't need hot to wear a fresh fragrance. It's never a bad time to smell fresh and clean. So I would just say that if you like a fresh fragrance, just wear that. Honey Oud is the next one. I love this stuff so much. This one is pretty potent though. You kind of need to dial back on the triggers with this one. It's not something where you just pop it on and start choking everybody out. Unless you're into that kind of thing, go for it. But my recommendation is don't go over 5 sprays. 5 sprays is just gonna start killing people at that point. But you're gonna smell fantastic. It's very woody heavy. It's oud, but it's the sweetness too in the honey in here is just fantastic. It is a really, just a sexy fragrance. Perfect for the fall time, perfect for this time of weather. Like I said, it's very potent, so it's gonna push through the air quite nicely and kind of be a little bit more dense than any kind of other fresh fragrance would. The next one on this list, it's discontinued a little bit, but you can still find it here and there. It is quite pricey, but it's Armani Code Absolute, and I love this stuff absolutely. There I go again with the puns. Very good stuff here. It is very vanillic heavy, very tonka bean heavy. It's got the Armani Code DNA. It's very sweet, but this thing is polarizing. It carries through the air and it's so, so nice. A lot of people love this stuff. There's an excellent musk blend in here, which is just fantastic, but really, really good stuff here. It definitely caters towards the cooler weather, so maybe not in the high heat. And if you can find this one is kind of like a hidden gem, honestly, and it smells identical to it. This is Absolute Gold version. Pretty much the only difference in here is you're gonna get a little bit of a saffron kind of vibe to this one. But pretty much they smell identical. The next one, everyone knows this is gonna be on the list. This is Tom Ford Ombre Leather, and I think that this is gonna be on everyone's fall list. So just be ready to see this one all over the place. This is a beautiful leather fragrance. If you're into leather at all, If you like that kind of style of leather, this is perfect. It's a soft leather. It's a nice wearable leather. It's nothing really too rugged or too masculine. I feel like this is a very unisex leather. So if you're into leather fragrances, you gotta take a look at Tom Ford Ombre Leather. Let's talk about a cheap fragrance that you can actually pick up on Amazon right now, and you can find it here and there. These were discontinued, but Fragrance World has also another clone of this, and there's a bunch of clones on the market right now, but this is Tobacco Touch by Maison Alhambra, and I'm really excited to wear this stuff. Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille is a very good fragrance, and I really, really love wearing it. This is very unisex. Chicks and guys could rock this any time of the year, pretty much. Maybe not in the summertime, you know, but fall, spring, wintertime, this is an excellent fragrance. It's heavy tobacco, heavy vanilla, it's smooth, it's rich, and this one lasts for a pretty long time. Excellent nuances in here. Perfect balance for the fall time. And this is a great pumpkin spice fragrance wear, I guess. That line is incredible. The Maison Alhambra Tom Ford line, it's incredible. There is another Fragrance World. They did kind of the same bottles, same design. They just kind of mashed up the words a little bit, and it looks like the same fragrances as well. I've not tried them, but I'm looking into trying them. Dior Homme Intense is the next one on this list, and this one gets heavily hyped everywhere, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. It's beautiful iris. It's cocoa-y, it's woody, it's floral, it's lipsticky iris. It's just fantastic. This is some really, really good stuff. If you're in the market for Dior Homme Intense, there's a bunch of different alternatives out there, including some clones, but nothing beats the real deal. I think everyone should own this. This is an excellent, amazing fragrance. I wore this next one in the summertime when it was a kind of a cooler day out. It was like a bizarre cooler day, and it came in that day, or came in that week, and I decided to pull it out. And I was actually quite pleasantly surprised with this. This is a vanilla heavy fragrance. This is Amber Eve, and this is from Fragrance World. This is Fragrance World. Amber Eve. This is Baccarat. And so obviously this is a clone on Grand Soir by Mason Francis Kurkdjian, but this one is just like $30, and that's pretty incredible. But this is fantastic. It's very vanilla heavy. It's got some benzoin in here, very ambery. It's beautiful. This is some beautiful, beautiful stuff. It does last quite some time, so it's not like a weak performer. There's also North Stag's Neffs. This is also another great Grand Soir clone, and it's very vanilla heavy. It's got some woods in here, but amber, vanilla, this is some good stuff as well. This one is potent as hell. If you're looking for a chocolatey designer fragrance, this is Bad Boy Extreme. This is really good. This is an excellent fall fragrance because it has a little bit of a chocolate vibe in here. So it has the Bad Boy DNA, which is a standard like cologne kind of smell to it. You got like, you know, all the douchebag elements to it. But this one has like a chocolatey nuance. So it is borderline gourmand. You can almost eat this thing. Don't eat this thing. The bottle is tacky, but if you can get past the tacky bottle, it is a sexy, sexy fragrance. And I would highly recommend this one. I really would. Shazam. Excellent cocoa kind of vibe to it, but like I said, it has that Bad Boy DNA, which is just ever so present, while the cocoa is just kind of like, you know, kicking up. I recently picked up, I do perfumery on the side too, and I recently picked up this molecule called Chocolavan, and it smells like milk chocolate. Like if you melted down milk chocolate and distilled it out, that's what it smells like. It's insane. I was floored when I smelled it. Another one from Maison Alhambra, this is Hercules, and this is their rendition of Herod by Parfums de Marly. And I have to say that this one is fantastic. I really like wearing this stuff. I haven't been able to like really enjoy it because I've been wearing it on cooler summer and spring days. So I'm really excited for those cooler days where it's almost like snowing outside, and this is just gonna push through the air very nicely. It's got some excellent spices in here, but it relies heavily on the tobacco, the vanilla, and it's just an overall sexy fragrance. It actually kind of gets compared, Herod actually gets kind of compared to Spice Bomb Extreme a little bit, which I don't really think so, but you know, it is in that kind of same kind of, you know, neighborhood. They live in the same zip code, let's just say that. This is Spice Bomb Extreme, and I would highly, highly recommend this one. Also the original, you can't go wrong with the Spice Bomb. Like, you can't. It's sexy, it's smooth. This one is vanilla and tobacco and just beautiful. They also have the infrared Eau de Parfum, which just came out this year, and I'm looking to get my hands on that. I smelt it once and it's pretty nice. But this one, I would highly recommend this, and the original. The original is sexy too. The next one on this list is a Louis Vuitton clone of Nomad, and this is Night Shadow. And I haven't been able to wear this one too much, but I sprayed it on my hand here and there, and I really do like it, but this needs the cooler weather. I don't know this scent profile that much, so I'm kind of like newer when it comes to this kind of DNA, but I love it. I really like it. It's got a nice oud character to it, a little bit of a floral nuance. It does last quite some time, and I'm really excited to try this one out in the fall time. Like I said before, I haven't had the chance to like really spend enough time with this one just because of the weather. The weather has been kind of hot, and it's kind of clawing for this one. Excellent fragrance. As soon as it starts cooling down, as soon as it does. As our most wanted parfum, this is gonna get a lot of wear out of me. This is bubblegum fresh. It's got some ginger nuance in here, and it's also woody and vanilla in here. This is fantastic. And if you are interested, this is one of the best designers that I know that came out a few years ago. This is really good. The Eau de Parfum version is also really good. I just haven't had the time to actually pick it up and try it out. I'm really wanting to. I should. But this is pretty bubblegum sweet, so if you're into the sweet kind of fragrances, this is a definite one to keep your eyes on. You can't really go wrong with it, but you can go wrong if you don't like sweet fragrance. And you probably noticed there's a trend of sweet fragrances on this list. It is definitely the time of the year for some sweet fragrances. This next one is very cocoa-y, but I love this stuff. This is some of my favorite stuff. This is Private Accord by Boss. Boss The Scent Private Accord. Where do I even start with this one? It's so nice. The cocoa in here, beautiful. The woody aspects in here are stunning. This one carries through the air and you just smell fantastic the entire day. Very masculine, very assured of itself. This is some excellent stuff. If you're looking for the best Boss bottled, or Boss The Scent, I should say. If you're looking for the best Boss The Scent, this has to be on your radar. I actually like this one way more over Magnetic, which came out this year. That one's also fantastic, but this one I think has its number. It's a little discontinued, kind of hard to find, but if you do find it, pick it up because it's really nice. The next one I just recently picked up and I am so excited. I actually wore it yesterday and it's fantastic. This is Erotic Oud, and this is a clone on Oud for Happiness. A lot of people know my dismay with Oud for Glory, but this one is its like successful younger brother that everyone is mad at. This is fantastic stuff. Very vanilla in here, and it's got a pink pepper nuance, peppery, I should say. But it's very woody and it's so pleasant. It's soft, spicy. It's not too overbearing like Oud for Glory is. This is fantastic. This is so good that I am definitely going to be picking up a bottle of the original Oud for Happiness as soon as the bank relieves its. As soon as I can find a reason to spend $200 on a bottle of fragrance. Because the price tag is definitely high on Oud for Happiness. And that means broke Nate, but that also means smelling fantastic. This one is pretty cheap though. And if you're interested in the DNA, which you should be, let me be the person to push you onto this DNA. It's really nice for the fall time. Definitely give this a shot, definitely. The next one is from Prada, and this is Prada Black. This is very amber, musky kind of smell to it. It's got some vanilla in here. This is super pleasant to be around. It's very good fall everyday use. I wear this as a daily driver in the fall when it's kind of cooler outside. I'll wear this like 2-3 days in a row because it's a perfect everyday kind of scent in the cooler weather. But you can also wear it to like dates or, you know, like going out for a beer or going out with your friends. This is excellent. This is really good stuff. It does kind of off-put some people, so I would suggest sampling this one first. There's a lot of rumors of this being discontinued, and I think it is discontinued, but you can find it on a lot of retailers' websites. Just look around and see what you can come up with, but it's definitely worth the price. It is super good and super sexy. Cannot wait to wear that one again. I recently did a video on this one, so if you want to go see my full thoughts on it, this you can go watch that video. But this is the one and only Moonlight Lit. I don't know what these names are anymore. This is the one Luminous Night cologne, and this is really, really good. It's got a little fruity nuance in here, but very spicy, ambery, vanilla. It's super good. It's just a very pleasant scent to wear in the fall time. This is gonna be fantastic. It's really gonna be an excellent kind of fragrance to just wear, maybe on a date, maybe for an everyday use, but it's pretty stunning. I really do find that this one is an excellent kind of scent DNA, and it's very sought after, the original that is. And this one is picking up some definite hype just because of that fact. The original is really hard to find, and this one comes in at like $30 that you can pick it up, and it smells pretty much identical. The next one on the list is Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle Les Parfums. This is Sexy Iris. This is vanilla. This is smooth, rich, but it also has the Le Male DNA in here. It is some of the best stuff. This is some of the best stuff that you can buy, that money can buy. I actually bought mine at full retail just because I was back and forth with it for so long, and I finally just pulled the trigger. It is such a good fragrance. I know the Elixir just came out about a few months ago, so if you're interested in this one, maybe try out both of them. I don't know if they have them in Macy's, but try this one out and the Elixir version, and kind of wrap your own opinion around it and like see which one would work better for you. I think a lot of people like the whole tobacco nuance, the tobacco and honey kind of thing that the Elixir one has. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't looked too much into it, but go to Macy's and try them out for yourself and kind of form your own thoughts about it. But those two, Elixir and Les Parfums, should be up there on your list. This next one is a very sweet caramel kind of smell. It's a very vanilla too. It's got some woods in here too, but this is Pure Excess Night by Paco Rabanne. This one does not get mentioned a lot, and I mention it a lot, and I know a few other fragrance reviewers mention this one, but this is really, really good. It's very sweet though. If you don't like sweet fragrances, you should not try this one at all, but it's very potent, very powerful, and it's super sexy. I love to wear this stuff. I got a compliment last year when I wore this on like the 12th hour. Somebody was like, yeah, you smell really good on the 12th hour. And so it lasts a long time. It's sweet, it's powerful, and it's absolutely an amazing fragrance. But very sweet though. This one is super, super sweet. And if you don't like sweetness, stay away from it. I think the fragrance that does it better with the sweetness, honestly, and there's the reason these next two are at the top of the list, because these are my top recommendations. But this one, compared to Pure Excess Night, I think does the smoothness a little bit better, or the sweetness, I should say. This is Mercedes Club Black. This one is fantastic. It's got some vanilla, it's got some woods, it's got a beautiful jasmine accord, and some bergamot at the top too. So it's kind of fresh at the top, but it does dry down to a very good vanilla fragrance. Very long lasting. I find that it gets in between the 5 to 6 hour range. And then obviously when you overspray this one too, you get, an extended life period. The longest I got with it was like 8 to 9 hours, and I oversprayed it like 10 sprays, which I was smelling fantastic that whole day. It is one of my favorite vanilla fragrances ever. Like seriously, it's so smooth. It's woody, it's smooth. I just love this stuff. And then my number one pick that I would suggest everyone try, at least try it. It is a little bit pricier, but just try it. I would give it a shot. This is Nichane Annie. I've spoken a lot about this one, but it has a woody character to it. It's smooth, vanilla. It's got a little bit of a benzoin kind of character in it. Very rich. It's got some excellent nuances in here. It's kind of fresh at the top, but it does dry down to such a beautiful, smooth vanilla fragrance. It's just, guys, get your hands on this one. at least try it. Scentsplit.com. That's where I get all my samples from. Just some superb stuff. Fall is right around the corner, guys. These are the top 20 fragrances that I will always recommend for the fall time. They're just great. They're just great fragrances and they get the job done. All of these are pretty sweet, and if you're looking for a fresh fragrance, any fresh fragrance will do any time of the year justice. I mean, just go watch my summer list and you can take that and apply it to any season, really. You can never go wrong with smelling fresh and clean, by no means. If somebody says, oh my God, you smell fresh, you smell clean, what are you wearing? It's just kind of doesn't happen. I mean, it could happen, but it's unlikely. Thanks for watching the video, guys. What are your recommendations for the fall? Throw them down in the comments down below. I'm looking to pick up some fall fragrances, so I need your recommendations. Throw down in the comments your favorite fall fragrance of all time. Thanks for watching the video, guys. We will see you next time.